Welcome back to OmniFoot TV. This is your host Omar speaking, and today I'm going to be going through a round of previews to preview the upcoming games we have at hand. I'll start off with the Portugal-Belgium game. Now, this is going to be a very interesting game for multiple reasons. Overall, you have some very, very good players on both sides. And you have a little problem with tactical setups. Now, Roberto Martinez is obviously the better tactician in comparison to Fernando Santos. But throughout this tournament, Belgium have been questionable to an extent in regards to how they've set up. They haven't necessarily been as organized. It's been more about individual flair than it has been about tactics. But there is a degree there. You know, in regards to Portugal, they've been, they haven't really been set up in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to leave it out there. They have not been set up properly. They're not organized. They just throw themselves at the ball whenever given the chance. That's what got them through the group stages. They're doing the exact same thing that they did when they won the Euros last time. And they already had the most abysmal run to a trophy I've ever seen in my life. You know, if they were to somehow do it again, then that would just be theft. Either way, their last win at the tournament was theft. You know, that's all it was. I'm not taking anything away from the Portugal side that won it, though they have brilliant names. They just weren't set up enough to win it. You know, it's true what they say. The end doesn't justify the means at a lot of times. But sometimes the means don't justify the end either. You know? But moving into specifics, Portugal have relatively done extremely well in this tournament. They've reached the semifinals on multiple occasions. Once in 2000, once in 2012, one in 2016, finalists in 2004 against Greece. And then you have Portugal, who were runners-up in 1980, and World Cup semifinalists last time. There's something here, you know, there's potential for a very good game. And despite the fact that there is an obviously better tactician on one end of the spectrum, or on one side of the technical area, there's still a lot that is to be desired from this game in terms of expectations. And keeping in mind that the way I predicted the games yesterday, the way that the teams would win was wrong. The teams that I chose to win won, but the way they won was not what I said. So I'm going to predict it anyways just for fun. You know, you can use this against me someday. I don't necessarily think, just to be clear before I state my prediction, I don't necessarily think that either team will do well without their key players. Looking at the Denmark-Belgium game as a proper example, they had Kevin De Bruyne out for most of it. When he came in, the change was extremely obvious. But the Danes were outplaying them for most of the game. Now, if both teams set up properly and all their best players are on the pitch, you know, I wouldn't put it past Portugal to steal it. And I hate that I'm saying this because I just don't want them to. You know, I'm sick of teams just getting by on nothing. I have to I give them credit for getting this far, but they've gotten here on nothing. They have the mentality. I guess that's like, I have to give them that. You don't get this far in a tournament of this nature if you don't have the mentality. That's a primary factor. That is the most important factor. But if you're not organized, then the mentality won't really matter. Because you won't be able to react to what happens if you don't put into perspective that it could happen. If that makes sense to you guys. I mean, if Portugal actually concede and end up on the back foot and aren't able to organize themselves well enough to react despite the mindset, then they won't get anywhere. No team will get anywhere. I mean, look at their Euro win, and I look at France's World Cup win. I see the exact same thing. No organization, no tactical setup. Mindset, check. Everything else, nada. They earned it on the mindset alone, which I can't discredit, but to have that mindset and not be set up properly on the pitch, just I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. There's an error there. And I think we're going to see that again in this game. I also think that we're going to see it from Belgium as well. But I hope to see them actually set up properly, because when I think of Belgium under Roberto Martinez, I think about that famous win against Brazil in the World Cup. Tactically, Martinez managed a near-perfect game. What he did was brilliant. And that's the Belgium I want to see today. Now, if that happens, I predict the Belgium will go through. But yet again, Portugal could still steal it. And that's the annoying part. These games are extremely difficult to predict. But I'm going to go with Belgium, because I want them to win. Like, I'll just put my bias on this, I want Belgium to win. But Portugal are probably going to do it anyways. I'm going to react to this either way tonight. So, stay tuned. I hope this preview was enough. I'm trying to make sure these previews are short and sweet to an extent, while just providing my perspective and making sure that I provide enough context. Both managers really have their work cut out for themselves at this point. But, there are just teams in this tournament thus far that, international football, tournaments like this, major tournaments of this nature, really expose football to an extent. I'm going to make a video talking about that in particular as soon as this tournament ends. But until then, just keep up with what we're doing. I'm just going to do my best to preview and to react and to make sure I get news out properly. There are a lot of talking points from this tournament. There are a lot of talking points. Some disappointing, some really good, some shady. It's been interesting. But I'm going to stop the video right here. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I realize that a lot of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel. If you really do like our content, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And, just let me know what you think. If you like the video, please, like it, and just let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you dislike it, disagree with anything I've said, let there be discourse as well. The comment section's open for everyone. And, I'm going to finish off this and then shoot the other preview video, which is actually a lot more interesting contextually. So, yeah, good luck to Portugal fans. I hope you have something to celebrate by the end of the game if you play well, or, if you earn it. Just focus on that, earning it, despite whatever happens. Same goes to the Belgians. Best of luck. May the best team win. And thank you all for tuning into this preview. I hope we all get to enjoy the game either way. Cheers, everyone.